Welcome to Gray Overload. I'm Anthony, and AMD looks to settle the lawsuit of the Llano APU. Let's take a look. AMD's had this lawsuit hanging over them for a while now, but this lawsuit was first filed in 2014 on behalf of anyone that bought shares of AMD between April 4, 2011 and October 18, 2012. And this is all based on that first generation APU back in 2008. So this was the Llano GPU or the Llano APU that they did, and that's that APU is that CPU GPU combo on one die that you throw in the socket of a motherboard. And so this was their first one, and they filed a lawsuit because of the Security Exchange Act of 1934 by overstating its demands. And the case goes into about how they said so much of the performance and sales added company's bottom line, ample product, being well positioned, that all this stuff is going to lead to higher margins. And I was just going back and been watching some of these videos from the Llano launch back in the day, and I'm like, wow, there was a lot about it. I mean, they really pushed this product really hard. They were peddling it very well. And go back and they look, and they wrote off $100 million in unsold inventory there as well during right after that time. But when the initial launch was in 2009, and it doesn't launch until 2011, so that's a long delay. And we first heard about it in 2008, so that was almost literally 3 years where we heard about this Llano APU and how great it was going to be and all these benefits. As a shareholder, you're really betting on that product to make a good launch as well, because you're investing into there knowing that you're probably, all these statements, you're probably going to get a good benefit from it, or at least some benefit. And that never went to fruition at all. The stock price it says a lot to that as well. But the settlement now is going to be $29.5 million payout to the shareholders, and I believe that's by AMD's insurers are going to pay that out, and AMD is going to be able to continue any wrongdoing. And there's the judge needs to finalize this. Both sides have agreed, from what I understand, and more information will be revealed on that as well on October 9th. But because both sides have agreed, and as long as all the details are still agreeable at the time that the judge get this, I think the judge is most likely going to agree to it on behalf of the shareholders and AMD, because it's and approve it, because it's basically both sides have agreed, and they have a result that they are both have come to terms with as well. I think that this is great for both sides, actually. I know it sounds a little weird here. You're getting a trial or getting a lawsuit, and now you're no trial at all yet, but you're going to this lawsuit, and all of a sudden you're doing a settlement. And I'm saying it's a good thing, but I think it is, because the shareholders get what they wanted out of it as well, which I think is good for them based upon the acts and everything that they have to their disposal. They were able to do it. I agree with them. If I was a shareholder, I probably would have did the same thing. And then AMD is benefit of this is that granted they had a lawsuit, but they were able to get out of it with a settlement without having to then take away from planning all the settlement stuff out down the future in the road. So it could be very expensive to have this lawsuit play out for a trial as well. So this now kind of cleans it up a little bit for them and allows them to move forward a little bit faster and help provide benefits back into their company and to their shareholders with product investments and working on moving their products forward, especially competing against Intel and NVIDIA, so that we have a great market for consumers, so that value is then increased, and that will also then help shareholders as well. So I do want to thank you for watching Gray Overload. I want to thank you for taking the time to help grow this channel and continue to have it expand over time. And don't forget to leave your comment below. I always enjoy reading those as well. So with that, thank you again. Thanks for watching Gray Overload. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe.